Good evening, fellow Maconians and my esteemed guests.
Good evening.
Let's first all of us give a thunderous round of applause. Now let's know the reason why we are applauding. First, I want to congratulate BPE and her team for super successful table topics and humorous speech contest. Excellent contest. The feedback what I got from everyone was top notch, and it felt pride in being a Maconian and the club president. And I hope the next evaluation IFC also goes on the same way, and we go a little top more top on the higher side. This is all from the business side. Now to the BPE.
Good evening, fellow Toastmasters. Good evening. There is one speech slot booked for the upcoming meeting, which is going to be held on 15th of December, and all the other roles are open. Please contact me at the earliest to book your roles. Thank you, and over to the President.
The Sergeant can take over.
Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and guests.
Good evening.
How many of you watched the Women's ODI final in November? Yeah. How many of you watched the semi-final? The one where Jemima Rodriguez scored 127 out of a fewer number of balls. I don't know the exact number. Did any of you watch her post-match interview? Okay, you might have read about it. She speaks candidly about enduring depression and severe anxiety, and she endures it with great fortitude while representing India on the international stage. And that interview reminded me of this quote by James Baldwin. You think your pain and your heartbreak are unprecedented in the history of the world. But then you read, or you listen, or you hear other people's stories, and you realize you're not alone. By choosing to speak about it on such a public platform, I think what Jemima's really done is she's done a lot to encourage conversations about mental health. She's shown people that it's okay not to be okay. And she's also chipped away at this generation's old stigma of talking about mental health. And I'm really hoping that in today's meeting, we're going to do more of the same. Now, I have the singular privilege of introducing you to our president. If you're looking for a skills development trainer with decades of experience, with excellent communication and leadership skills, she's the one you want. If you're looking to emulate someone who has an inspiring Toastmaster journey, she's the person you're looking for. And if you're interested in spamming spam callers or need help reading contracts, she's your girl. Please join me in welcoming our president, Toastmaster Latha.
Thank you, Sergeant Toastmaster Rachana, week after week, giving me lovely introductions and seeing me in a different picture all the time. Thank you so much. We have a couple of guests over here. I would request our guests to please stand wherever you are. Introduce yourself by telling your name and how did you come to know about Latha?
Hi, this is Vaishnavi. Sorry, apologies for being late. I kind of got lost. And I'm also an ex-president of a Toastmaster called PSTS. But unfortunately, I was laid off, so I'm currently looking for a change. And I thought I'd use my membership here. So that's when Toastmaster Akshay told me that Macon is closer to my place. That's how I got introduced.
Thank you so much. Yes.
Hello everyone, I am Shreyas. I am currently doing engineering in BMS College. Now I am in second year. I am basically from Chikmagalur, and my cousin brother suggested this, recommended this club.
Thank you so much. I hope to see you guys at Maconians very soon. Thank you. Now I would like to call upon our Secretary Toastmaster Madhu to read the MOM for meeting number 134. You are there, right? You are in any role today?
She is the table topic master.
Okay. Sorry. Apologies. I would like to call upon our acting Secretary Toastmaster Shreya to read out the MOM for meeting number 1343 and 1344. Thank you.
Here are the minutes of meeting number 1343 held on the 24th of November 2025. Theme Unknown Unknowns, and the word of the week was flair. The business session started at 6:24 p.m. and it was chaired by President Toastmaster Latha. In the business session, the following points were addressed. President Toastmaster Latha requested members to participate in the upcoming humorous speech and table topics contest being held on December 1st and mentioned that there would be no criteria for participation. She appreciated Vice President Education Toastmaster Apoorva for putting together the club contests. The regular meeting started at 6:25 p.m. Associate Sergeant at Arms Toastmaster Malagiri Das started the meeting with an introduction about the theme and later handed over charge to President Toastmaster Latha. President Toastmaster Latha opened the meeting, spoke on the theme and introduced the Master of Ceremonies Toastmaster Raja. Master of Ceremonies Toastmaster Raja spoke on the theme and introduced the following role takers for the day. Timer Toastmaster Ajay, R-Counter Toastmaster Rekha, TP Evaluator Toastmaster Akash and Grammarian Toastmaster Ajay. The prepared speech session had the following speakers. Speaker number 1 Toastmaster Sachin, who was evaluated by Toastmaster Ujwal, and speaker number 2 Toastmaster Bindumati, who was evaluated by Toastmaster Chetan. The table topic session was conducted by Toastmaster Jyothi and it had 10 speakers in total. The general evaluation was conducted by Toastmaster Darshan. The winners of the week were Best Prepared Speaker Toastmaster Sachin, Best Evaluator Toastmaster Ujwal, Best Table Topic Speaker DTM K Prabhakara, Best Role Taker TAPG Toastmaster Ajay and Best Role Taker MTG Toastmaster Raja. The President closed the meeting at 8:29 p.m. followed by the National Anthem. And here are the minutes of meeting number 1344 held on the 1st of December 2025. The club contest started at 6:37 p.m. with the contest chair Toastmaster Apoorva welcoming the members. The following were the role takers for the contest. Chief Judge DTM Urban, Sergeant at Arms Toastmaster Malagiri Das and Toastmaster Midhun, Timer Toastmaster Deepa, Tally Counter Toastmaster Aadishwar and Toastmaster Jyothi, Contest Master for the Table Topics contest Toastmaster Rachana and for the Humorous Speech contest Toastmaster Shreya. The contest chair Toastmaster Apoorva declared the club contest open. The humorous speech contest was conducted by Contest Master Toastmaster Shreya and it had 8 contestants in total. The table topics contest was conducted by Contest Master Toastmaster Rachana and it had 10 participants in total. The winners of the humorous speech contest were first place Toastmaster Raja, second place DTM U Bhat, third place Toastmaster Darshan, and the winners of the table topics contest were first place Toastmaster Chetan, second place Toastmaster Raja and third place Toastmaster Ujwal. The contest master closed the contest at 9:24 p.m. which was followed by the National Anthem. Thank you and back to our President.
Thank you, Acting Secretary Toastmasters Shreya, for reading out the MOM 1343 and 1344. Any objections or any amendments? Since there are no objections and amendments for both the MOMs, I hereby consider it accepted and open meeting number 1345. It's okay not to be okay. But I feel it should never be okay not to be okay. You should speak up for yourself. You should always tell you're not okay. You should tell what you feel. How do you feel? So that people can help you out. This is nothing but my own story, what I'm going to talk about. Some months back, they always tell, only put so much on your plate what you can eat. Do not let it to spill out. And I did the same mistake. I kept too many things on my plate, which I couldn't eat. And this gave me indigestion. This gave me health issues. Too many things, too many commitments, just 24 hours, and I'm overloaded. This continued for a very long time. I used to feel weak, no sleep, sometimes I don't feel like eating. I thought, okay, it's a temporary phase. It will overcome. But no, it went for a very long time. Then it showed effects on my health. I used to get irritated for very small things. And my parents and my family started observing these small changes. No sleep, you're not eating properly, you don't go out, you don't concentrate, you're not doing anything. What's wrong? Then I had a healthy discussion with my parents. They are like, do you think you can really take up so much? Why you're getting overcommitted more than what you are capable of? Why that rush? Take one piece at a time. Enjoy it, relish it, then go for the other one. In 24 hours, You can't work for 48 hours, Latha. Let's be clear. And you're not a 20-year-old someone who can manage so much stress. You're in your early 40s. Imagine what can come after that. Do you think you'll be able to take that? No. On a personal note, something happens on my health, I cannot take it. I'm very sensitive about my health. My parents said, do you think you can take it? Just ask yourself. 6 months, overplated, you're like this. Tomorrow, what will happen? That's when I understood. You should never be okay with things, what is stressing you out. When you feel you're overwhelmed, you feel vulnerable. Why? Why should I do it? I have a family, I have supportive environment at home, I have my friends. Why shouldn't I talk to them? I should take help. We shouldn't feel bad or shameful in taking help. Help is important for us at the right time. If the help comes at a later stage, it doesn't help you at all. It doesn't do any favor, it doesn't do any help for you in your health. Always take help, always seek help, and never be ashamed of taking help. That's very important for us. This is my own personal story, what I did. After that, I started cutting out a lot of things from my plate. How much I could handle, I would only take up that. People used to get angry with me. I'm like, I made them understand. See, this is my capability, my capacity. I can only take so much. Maybe in a future date, I can accommodate you. I need some time. That's when people started even understanding. We should keep always the communication channel open. Be free and be open to talk. That's when we don't feel open. Then later I started seeing the results and I'm happy about it now. I took that one step of talking, pouring my heart out. Now I'm not overwhelmed. I only take what I can do in 24 hours. Not more than that, not even a second more. And in that 24 hours, I only take what I can take for 10 hours. The other 14 hours is for myself. My sleep, my exercise, my family, my extracurricular activities, my skills development, all that. Now I'm at a peaceful place. No anxiety, no tensions, no feeling like, oh God, why I'm doing it. And at 40, I seriously don't want to do it. I've done enough in my 20s and 30s. Too much I've done. So now I want to relax, I want to have fun, I want to enjoy, and take this life one moment at a time and have fun. Now after experiencing all this, then my brain understood something. I thought this is how you have to do it. Okay, taking you to another example, what I want to talk about is, this is for everyone what I want to talk about. One of my friends, at the age of 40, had a paralysis stroke. A very strong willpower guy who can work 16 hours, 17 hours straight, and a very stressful work when it involves government agencies. Now all of us know how government agencies are in India. So his work involves with meeting to them, taking contracts with them. At age of 40, he suddenly had a paralysis stroke. Now with the person what he is, he did not accept it for a very long time. Now when he did not accept it for a very long time, his health started deteriorating. He just started thinking that I'm not capable of anything. How can this happen to me? I gym, I take good care of my health, I exercise, I meditate, I do yoga. How can this happen to me? He's a swimming champion on that. So he couldn't accept it. And his health started deteriorating. From 85 kgs, that guy has come to 40 kgs in 3 months. They even take psychiatric help. They have taken help of counselors. Nothing working out. I just told him one thing. The day you accept that you had a paralysis stroke, you were a patient that time, and you need to work on your body, you want to work on your mental health, emotional health, physical health, that's when you start recovering. The day you accept things, the day your recovery starts. The more you deny things, the more it becomes bad for you. And I'm very happy, recently he started accepting things, he's taking psychiatric help, and he's improving bit by bit. I would not say excellent improvement, but one step at a time, and I'm happy he's taking those baby steps. This is where his improvement is going to start. And this is what all of us have to do. Accept it, work on it, take it forward. Health is wealth, everything else comes second. Always keep going. And you will not grow younger, you grow older day by day. And our parents are much on a more, no, not a serious note, on more very practical note, our parents have lived a better life. And their parents lived a more better life. But maybe we should at least come somewhere near to them what they are living right now, so that we can show our future generations what good quality of life is all about. And on this note, I would like to introduce our Toastmaster of the day. She always said that it's not okay not to be okay. She always believed being healthy is something you should keep looking forward for. A BCom graduate from Bhagwan Mavi Jain College and an interior designer, a yoga enthusiast, and the current VPE of Mekong Communication Club. Let's give a huge round of applause for Toastmaster of the Day, Toastmaster Apoorva.
Thank you, Madam President, for that wonderful introduction. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and dear guests.
Good evening.
Today, we stay in a world where no matter how we are actually feeling, we are constantly expected to smile, to perform, and to stay strong. With the rise of social media, the pressure on our minds has turned to think that it's the new normal. Why? Every post we see on social media portrays how rosy their life is, which is actually very far from the truth. Today, let's pause. Accept that every stumble we face, every low moment we experience, and every struggle that we see is the actual truth. What is important is that irrespective of all those invisible struggles, we show up the very next day. Fellow Toastmasters, today let's acknowledge that every struggle we face is not a sign of weakness, but a sign of courage. In the year 1924, a person called Ralph Smedley at YMCA, California, wanted to create a safe space for people where every struggle, every stumble, or every setback would be reciprocated with encouragement. And that's how Toastmasters International was born. Today, Toastmaster International is a global network with over 270,000 plus members across 150 countries with over 14,000 plus member clubs. And one such prestigious club is our Mekong Communication Club, which was founded in the year 1998. For the benefit of the guest, a typical Toastmaster meeting happens in 3 sessions. First is the prepared speech session, where the speaker prepares well in advance based on the project guidelines, and his or her speech will be evaluated later during the general evaluation. Second session is the table topic session, where the speakers are chosen at random and given topics on the spot and are expected to speak for 1 to 2 minutes. Finally is the general evaluation session, where the entire proceedings of the meeting is going to be evaluated. To ensure the smooth proceedings of the meeting, we have the TAPG role takers. As and when I call out, please introduce yourself wherever you are. Firstly, the timer, DDM U Bhat.
Madam Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters, welcome guests. Timing is of great essence in Toastmasters because we are in the business of learning communication skills, and human beings have got limited attention time. We lose our attention very fast. So we have got specific timings for each kind of speeches what to be made, whether it is evaluation or table topics or speeches. So my job as a timer is to keep track of the timings which are required for the various speeches. For the first time, the prepared speeches is concerned. There are 2 speeches today, one icebreaker and another project 3 of level 1. And for the icebreaker, the time allowed is 4 to 6 minutes. I will raise my green card at 4 minutes, and yellow at 5, and red at 6. For the project 3 of level 1, time allowed is 5 to 7 minutes. I'll show the green card at 5, yellow at 6, and red at 7. For table topics, the time allowed is 1 to 2 minutes. I will show my green card at 1 minute, yellow at 1.5 or 1.5 minutes, and red at 2 minutes. For evaluation, time allowed is 2 to 3 minutes, and I'll show my green card at 2 minutes, yellow at 2 minutes 30 seconds, and red at 3 minutes. So So I request all the people to maintain the timings as far as possible. That's the challenge, major challenge what we face here. So with that, back to ma'am.
Thank you, U Bhat. Next is our Grammarian, Toastmaster Shuba.
A very good evening, fellow Toastmasters and guests present. As the grammarian for today, it is my duty to keep a check on the language and grammar usage. I'll be taking a note of the outstanding words, phrases and quotes, the not so good usages, and I'll also introduce the word of the week, which is fortitude, meaning courage and strength in facing difficulties. An example of this in a sentence: it takes great fortitude to speak in front of an audience for the first time. I encourage everyone to use the word of the week, and I'll share my report during the evaluation session. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Shuba. Next is our counter Toastmaster Shreya.
Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and dear guests. As the accountant for today, it's my job to make a note of all the R's, repeated words, filler words, pauses, crutch words that people use while they're speaking behind the lectern. So I'll be making a note of these and giving the report during the general evaluation. Thank you and back to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Shreya. Next, our PP Evaluator, Toastmaster Jyothi P.
Good evening, Toastmasters and dear guests. So I'll be the PP today. So being the PP today, I request everyone to keep your phones on silent mode. Refrain from speaking on sex, religion and politics. Enter and exit only during an applause. Avoid any crosstalk, especially when someone is speaking behind the lectern. I'll give my report during the general evaluation. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Jyothi. Let's get into the first session of today's meeting, the prepared speech session. Before I call upon the first speaker, I would like to request the individual evaluator to read out the project guidelines. Please give it up to Toastmaster Deepa.
Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and guests. The purpose of this project is for the member to introduce themselves to the club and learn the basic structure of a public speech. Notes for the evaluator. This member is completing their first speech in Toastmasters. The goal of the evaluation is to give the member an effective evaluation of their speech and delivery style. Because the icebreaker is the first project a member completes, you may choose to use only the notes section and not the numerical score. Thank you so much. Back to Toastmaster.
Thank you, Toastmaster Deepa. The first speaker of the day is attempting his icebreaker, so I would like to give him the chance to introduce himself. Attempting level 1, project 1, presentation mastery, with a speech title, Where I Start Doesn't Decide Where I Go. Where I start doesn't decide where I go. Please welcome Toastmaster Midhun with a thunderous round of applause.
Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and guests.
Good evening.
My name is Dr. Midhun, and if there is one line that describes my life, it is this: where I start doesn't decide where I go. Before I tell about myself, I would like to ask you a question, a small question. When and where was the electronic voting machine first introduced in India? Anyone can decide?
In the 90s?
Next right, it was 1982 in a small town in Kerala called Paravur. So it has happened to be the year I was also born. So in a way, EVM and I have started the journey together. I was born in Kozhikode and grew up in outskirts of the city. My father uh, believes that discipline is very important in life, and he put me into a government school where he was employed before. So I had my entire education in Malayalam medium. So he believed that we have to learn in our mother tongue. So he put me into Malayalam medium school. The medium of instruction was fully in Malayalam, so I was finding it difficult, when I entered into college. So about my family, my family is close-kin family. My father is a retired teacher and my mother is a homemaker, and she is a quite pillar of our family. And about I have a younger brother. He works for Caltron in Vaishak, and he's married and settled in Vaishak. When I moved to Kozhikode for my studies, life changed. People used to speak English so fluently. I still remember I was finding it difficult to speak even a single line. Later, I worked on that and improved on my language. Along with that, something else also happened when I moved to the city. I discovered karate. So when I was walking through, roads, Cider Park, I found one teacher was performing, and I wanted to. Something inside clicked me, and I wanted to learn that. I went and asked him, and I wanted to become his disciple. So he agreed to it, and then I started learning under him. That took me all the way to Okinawa, the birthplace of karate in Japan. So where I trained and got my black belt, and that discipline which I learned in Japan, that still I carry. Alongside that, there is something also else also has grown up. So I've studied. I got my graduation in physical therapy from University of Calicut, and later I moved to Montana University for my doctorate, and I completed doctorate in Montana University. Currently, I work in 2 hospitals as an HOD of Department of Physical Therapy. One is in Atlanta Hospital in Jayanagar in Bangalore, and another one is in JP Nagar, Indigo Hospital. One thing which makes me proud is that I am able to help people with a lot of pain who comes to the hospital barely not able to walk, without often been advised for surgery, without any procedure, without any surgery, without any medication. So that gives me a deep sense of purpose. My education has happened in many areas in many parts of the world. Karate in Okinawa, my clinical training in Montana, and my culture and other learning from a city called Calicut, and my professional growth in Bangalore. The English which was scared me once, slowly I started building, and step by step I practiced and improved and grown. Now when I look back, it still surprised me. I was that kid who was being struggling to speak English, even a single line of English. I worked on and come up in life, and I became a karate teacher approved by Okinawan karate system, and I teach karate in Bangalore. So, if anything that tells this story is, no matter where you begin, you can always grow into someone whom you never expected to become. So, with that, all the best.
Thank you, Toastmaster Midhun. Before I call upon the second speaker, I would request his individual evaluator, Toastmaster Ujwal, to read out the project guidelines.
Namaste, fellow Toastmasters, fabulous friends and familiar faces. Here's the guidelines. The purpose of this project is for the member to practice using vocal variety or body language to enhance his speech. The member has chosen to be only evaluated on vocal variety for this particular speech. I will be listening for a well-organized speech on any topic and how the members choose to use their voice to communicate and enhance their speech. The speech may be humorous, informational, or any style that the member chooses. I will be giving my evaluator when called upon by the general evaluator. Thank you, and back to the master of ceremonies.
Thank you, Toastmaster Ujwal. The second speaker of the day is a sports enthusiast who is currently pursuing his BCom and CSE at St. Joseph's College. He loves playing and watching sports. His hobbies include traveling and listening to music. He's been a part of Mekon Communication Club as a YLP student a few years back. Attempting Level 1, Project 3, Presentation Mastery with the speech title Knowledge as No Enemy. Knowledge as No Enemy. Please join your hands in welcoming Toastmaster Aadishwar.
Education is not about who teaches you. Education is not about who teaches you, but what you are willing to learn. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters, and welcome, dear guests. Sometimes life gives us teachers we never asked for. Sometimes it can be a family member, a friend, a mentor, or the person you had never expected. Sometimes life teaches us something very important, and it can come from unexpected ways. So today I want to tell you about a moment from Ramayana. Not the victory, not the celebration, but the moment when Ravana lies on the battlefield. The battle was over. Ravana was lying in the middle of the battlefield. The army was silenced. The battlefield was filled with blood, broken arrows, and a silence filled. Lakshman, looking at it, asked Rama, "Brother, the war is over now. What should we do?" The reply Rama gave shook Lakshman. Rama gently said, "Lakshman, Ravana has very little time left. Go to him and learn the wisdom he carries." Lakshman was shook. "Learn from Ravana? He is our enemy. Did you forget he is the one who kidnapped Mata Sita?" Rama gently smiled and said, "You are forgetting something. Ravana may be our enemy. Ravana has chosen the path of adharma. He may be arrogant. He has a lot of ego. But don't forget, he is one of the most powerful warriors the world has ever seen. He is filled with knowledge and wisdom. His wisdom can fill countless books. So go and take the wisdom from him." Lakshman unwillingly had to agree to his brother, and he goes to Ravana. Lakshman, though he was not happy, he went to Ravana with stiff steps and anger on his face. He said, "Ravana, do you have anything to teach me?" Ravana did not move nor spoke a word. Lakshman was frustrated and came back to his brother. And he said, "Brother, do you see he is on the verge of dying, and he has not let his ego away?" Rama gently smiled and said, "You are forgetting again something. He was a powerful king, and you yourself told he was an arrogant person. So, if you being arrogant go to another arrogant person, do you think will he answer?" This time, go back to Ravana, not as a warrior, but as a student, because To approach knowledge, you go with humility, because knowledge does not come to those who stand with pride. And Lakshman realized his mistake and this time went to Ravana again. He walked slowly and knelt down near Ravana's feet and said, "Hey Ravana, please do share your some wisdom knowledge with me." This time Ravana opened his eyes and said, "Come closer, Lakshman." His voice was weak, but the lessons he gave were very valuable. He said, "Lakshman, the life I lived was, I had everything. I had wealth, I had knowledge, I had power. I could do everything. But there was one thing which brought me down. It was my ego." He gave 3 teachings to Lakshmana. The first teaching he gave was, don't delay doing the right things. He said, don't delay doing the right things. He said, I often knew what the right thing to do was. My mind said, my heart said, my advisor said, my family said me to let go Sita, but I delayed. I thought there was time left and I could do it later. But that delay destroyed me, it destroyed my kingdom, it destroyed my family, it destroyed everything. And today, because of that delay, I am here in the battlefield. So remember, whenever you feel something is right, just do it. Don't delay it, because that wait, that delay can destroy your life, and then you will be left with nothing but just regret. The second teaching Ravana gave to Lakshman was, never ever underestimate anyone. He said, never ever underestimate anyone. Ravana said, when I saw you and Rama for the first time, I thought you two were just 2 Vanvasis, the ones who live in forest. Ravana said, I judged you according to the clothes you wore. I thought you two are normal prince just with a bow and arrows. I thought you couldn't do anything. You don't have the strength to fight Ravana. But the time I realized who you were, who Ram was, the path Ram was going through, the path he was going through, the dharma path he was following, the discipline he was following, and who Rama was actually, it was very late. And my misjudgment led to a big mistake I ever made. And the third and final teaching he gave was, control your ego. He said, control your ego, because it was not you or Rama who destroyed me. It was not my family or wealth which destroyed me. It was not my power or knowledge which destroyed me. But it was my ego which destroyed me. Because of my ego, I am here. My pride had blinded me. I thought I am the one and no one can defeat me in this world. His ego let him down that day. And he said to Lakshmana, there might be many enemies around you, outside you, but the one main enemy you have to fight is something within you, your ego. If you don't control your ego will control your life and will destroy it. So from this story, we learn that sometimes wisdom comes from victories, from defeats, from friends, from family, or from an enemy as well. If we keep our ego aside and our minds open, and we meet people, we can learn from anyone, because everyone has something valuable to share. You just have to keep your ego aside and keep your mind open, because at the end of the day, knowledge has no enemy. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Aadishwar. A few days back, we had a family function. And there, usually in these family functions, there will be one particular uncle who thinks he's making everybody laugh, but instead is annoying and irritating all of them. So one such uncle came to my son, and my son was wearing his favorite Spider-Man shoes. Just to pull his leg, he starts telling him, I'm going to take your shoes. And my son was irritated. He's like, no, you're not going to take it. And that uncle continues to do it. So I go to my son and tell you it's okay, take it. Anyways, it won't fit him. You just tell, okay, it's okay. So my son is like, no, it's not okay. And this goes on for a bit. And that uncle is continuously irritating him and annoying everybody around. And my son is like, no, it's not okay. And then this conversation goes on for a very long time. And my son still doesn't budge. Then I go to him and ask, why did you say it's okay? You should have just let it go, and he would have just move forward, right? I mean, that situation would have got escaped. So he says, no, I'm not going to say it's okay when it's not okay. And that moment it hit me. All our life, we are taught that we have to be sweet to others. We have to say it's okay when it's actually not okay. That is how we have been brought up all our lives, trying to be sweet. We are, without our knowledge, we are being people pleasers. We are just at that particular moment, without even realizing, we are just saying okay for everything when it's not okay. And that moment, I realized maybe it's time for the world to be okay when some other person says it's not okay. Maybe it's okay to not to be okay. On that note, I would like to get into let's get into the second session of the evening, the table topic session. Today's table topic master is an engineer who loves reading manga. He loves running and weight training. He's a avid history buff. He's also the secretary of the club. Please welcome Toastmaster Madhusudhan with a huge round of applause.
Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and guests.
Good evening.
I must say I love being the table topic master because it gives me an opportunity to flex my wings and keep a theme for the topics today. And when I was brainstorming about what to ask everyone, I was out of ideas because I've come here as a table topic master many times and I've exhausted most of my interests. But then I thought about, why not I ask about the city that we live in, Bangalore. I've been here all my life. My family has a history of more than 400 years in the place. And I have so many emotions for so many places here, so many good experiences and joy, I can say. So today I thought I could ask you certain questions to understand what you feel for the city and to get your perspective. So that's what the table topics is going to be about. For the benefit of the guests, our typical table topic session includes me, the table topic master, asking members to come on stage. I'll give them a topic, they have to speak on it for a minute or two. So without further ado, let's start off. The first topic today. Which moment in Bangalore has shaped you the most and how? Which moment in Bangalore has shaped you the most and how? This goes to Toastmaster Darshan.
I was wondering, I won't get the first topic I said, but you get the first topic. See, in Bangalore, we get everything easily, especially food. Whenever I travel outside, that's when I realize the importance of food, which I get at my home, cooked by my grandmother and my mother. Recently, I went to Udupi. Food was great, but it didn't suit me because they serve boiled rice where normally I eat brown rice. Whenever I travel outside, I miss the Bangalore the most, but when I am in Bangalore, I hate Bangalore the most because my house is near main road and my room is in front of our house, so I can hear all the vehicles going back and forth. So one thing which I like the most about the Bangalore is food, and not only, I don't mean like unhealthy junk food, it's healthy food. We get all kinds of vegetables very easily. Just near my neighborhood, they sell all kinds of leaf vegetables, and so I'm very lucky to stay in Bangalore and to get to eat healthy meals, and I'm also lucky to have such a wonderful grandmother and parents who serve me healthy food. So thank you, and back to you, Toastmasters.
Our next topic. What has living in Bangalore taught you about change? What has living in Bangalore taught you about change? This goes to Toastmaster Jyothi. What has living in Bangalore taught you about change?
I have lived in Bangalore for almost 10 years now, and yeah, when I first came, I started with Kannada Gottilla. Yes, because I didn't know Kannada. I completed my education in Goa. So then when I came here, I started interacting with the people. Still, when I used to go to office, I couldn't pick up the language that well because it was always either Hindi or English. But when my daughter was born, I had a nanny who was taking care of her, so the instructions had to be very clear. So that is when, after interacting with her, is when my Kannada improved and I can speak fluently. So I think that is one of the change that definitely helped me to gel into Bangalore, and now it just feels the language of the people. So people are so welcoming, and yeah, it's very nice to connect with people here. So, and also from the place where I came, I was a very reserved person, but after shifting to Bangalore and interacting with so many, so many people, the neighbors, they are so welcoming. They want to interact. They want, even in the bus, even when we travel in bus, we don't want to, interact much. But then there will be people who, start the conversation. They'll ask you about how it is, where you work. So yes, yes. So that is the change that I feel. Gradually, even I built myself like that, from being reserved. So even I am trying to open up and speak wherever there is an opportunity. Get to know people, and as many people were saying, when we interact with friends, that is when we get help. Thank you.
Next topic. If Bangalore wrote a letter to you based on your journey here, what would it say? If Bangalore wrote a letter to you based on your journey here, what would it say? This goes to DTM and U Bhat.
This table topic master from the Toastmasters, welcome guests. I have connection with Bangalore for about 45 years now. I came here in 1978, and when I constructed my house in Banashankari Thursday, in the 2-kilometer radius, not diameter, there was not a single house, but full of, Congress grass, what they call, I don't know, you are aware of that Congress grass. And I had to search within that to search my site and construct it. And the 100-feet ring road, which is bursting with activity today, it stopped right in front of our house. Then there was a nala of 100 feet wide. I had to get down into that, cross on the other side. There was no road at all. That is the kind of thing which has been in Bangalore. And since then, a lot of changes have taken place. So what Bangalore has taught me? Bangalore has grown in leaps and bounds. You cannot imagine the way it happened. I still remember we had office in Rupatunga Road. On Sunday mornings, we used to play cricket on Rupatunga Road. Can you believe that? It was so. And now, can you even think of crossing Rupatunga Road properly? It's impossible. That is the kind of change that has happened. And each time that something happens, we say the change is asking me, Bangalore is asking me, is it in the right way we are moving or it is not correct? Because on one hand we are feeling that we are so happy that cool weather, very vibrant atmosphere, no pollution of whatever, so nice it was, and suddenly there is a hustle and bustle of society. But whether it is worth, is that the growth of Bangalore really worth? Are we doing the right thing to develop in Bangalore? That is the question Bangalore is asking me. Are you on the right path? How were you at the time and how are you now? And when I look back from 45 years back, I thought I was so happy and so comfortable in Bangalore. I thought I really landed in heaven. And now I don't know, I should not call it heaven, but that's what most of the outsiders also even started calling Bangalore. What has happened to Bangalore? That's my take on that, what Bangalore is asking me, the question, and I don't have any answer to that.
Our next topic, which Bangalore place or moment has made you feel most connected to yourself? Which Bangalore place or moment has made you feel most connected to yourself? This goes to Toastmaster Rachana.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you, Toastmaster. I have a strange relationship with the city. So before I left the city for higher studies, I didn't have an ounce of appreciation for Bangalore. I literally just thought it a place that I would, it was sort of bounded on all sides by my school, the bus, the auto, and my parents' house. And that's it. That's all that was what Bangalore represented for me. But after coming back in 2023, 2 years ago, it's been a sort of reintroduction in many ways. And now I have a newfound appreciation for the city, not just because it's where my parents are, but also because now I can connect with so many spots in Bangalore that remind me of my really good childhood memories. And there's one place in Jayanagar, 8th block, where I grew up, and it's this apartment complex called Aadishwar that holds a lot of fond memories for me from childhood, from playing till 8 p.m., which at that point I thought was closer to midnight, to having sleepovers at my friend's house. So I think every time I pass that place to get to Toastmasters, it's a really nice connection that I have, a lot of fond memories. So yeah, I mean, there are so many spots in Bangalore that I'm really glad to have made these memories in, and I'm thankful for the city now finally after so many years. Back to you.
Our next topic. What feeling of old Bangalore do you wish today's world knew, and why does it matter to you? What feeling of old Bangalore do you wish today's world knew, and why does it matter to you? Media K Prabhakara.
Mr. Table Topic Master, fellow Toastmasters, and welcome guests.
What feeling of old Bangalore do you wish today's world knew, and why does it matter to you?
In Bangalore, when I was being brought up, my family is from Bangalore, rooted here squarely, hardly 1 kilometer away. My big site was there, my grandfather's place, 4 huge trees, born and brought up squarely here. And one of the finest sights in Bangalore would be kids going to play cricket, basketball, running practice to nearby fields. And there was no vehicle. The only vehicle used to be cycle. And cycle, you had to take license to really ride a cycle. In those days, you had to have license to have a radio in your home. Okay? Now you just think. Now that is the situation, and schools used to be such that parents would reside near the school, or each area had its own school. And very few really crossed from one area to another area. And we formed teams, cricket teams, and or any other team, and those fields, National High School field that I was brought up, hardly another 200 meters was my home. And one of the greatest of the places is that outcome is that one of the finest cricketers were brought from that place. The ultimate outcome name that you identify is Anil Kumble. It started with EAS Prasanna, who was my senior, B.S. Chandrasekhar, my elder brother's classmate, and one person used to come for meeting, and he used to be in Indian Navy, I'll tell you one, a great man. And he used to fail in BSc exams, senior. But he was very good at athletics and also running in the NCC. He went on to become Rear Admiral of Indian Navy and fought in both 1965 and 1971 war. He used to come for Meccan meeting here. So that space and this Vijaya College made, I would say, and one in Malleshwaram, that MES college, made Bangalore what it is today. They laid the foundation. There are articles earlier, they said, this is from the bylines of Baswanagudi. That's where everything, what you know as Bangalore started, the education, the works. Brilliant teachers were there, idealists were there. One of the finest actors are also from the same place. Like my own classmate was the Sahasa Sima, what is his name? Vishnu, my batchmate. See, these, you could see who is who here. Dr. S. Narasimhaya was the great, I could talk to him the way I am talking to you. I was one of his pet students. So that kind of ambience was very close by. That is something that I miss today. There's an impersonal approach today compared to those days. Over to table topic, master.
When I thought about this table topics theme, this is what I was going for. Great to hear, sir. Thank you so much. The next topic. If someone asked you to describe the soul of Bangalore, how would you answer? If someone asked you to describe the soul of Bangalore, how would you answer? Goes to Toastmaster Shuba.
So I've been in Bangalore since, after I was born I came here. So you'd say the soul of Bangalore, it's the feeling that you get just from walking around, maybe even like a 6 a.m. walk around the city, and you sort of feel the vibe of Bangalore. That peace in the atmosphere, the cool air, the breeze, and then straight you go straight to an Udupi and have a masala dosa. I think that's the feeling of Bangalore. But yeah, in terms of the soul, I think it comes with the language as well. And when I went to college, I made friends from other who have come here to study from other places. They always told me, I think you have some accent. But I think it wasn't really an accent, but just the usages of words. Came off dark. Let's put one scene. Go off, like these kind of random words that we just put together. That's one part of what makes us Bangalorean. Other than that, I think Bangalore has always been this cosmopolitan hub of like local culture as well as foreign influences. There's British influence from the cantonment region. It's like all kinds of different kinds of people just come here, and now with the rate of cafes being opened up, offering from anything from proper masala dosas to sourdough, very gourmet stuff. You find everything A to Z, and that shows how people here are very experimental. They like to try new things, and I think businesses are really thriving here, especially food businesses. So yeah, it's really a cultural hub, and I think there's always something to do for anyone. You step into Kaban Park today, every other lawn has one, with a carpet, and it's either Kaban reeds or Kaban paints, and it just brings communities together. So I think that's the soul of Bangalore and what makes it special.
Next topic. How has Bangalore influenced the way you think about your future? How has Bangalore influenced the way you think about your future? This goes to Toastmaster Shreya.
Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and dear guests.
Good evening.
So I actually moved to Bangalore when I was 9 years old. I used to live in the US before. So a lot of how I think about my future has been influenced by my experiences in these two countries, and also by listening to the experiences of friends that I have in both these countries. So after moving to Bangalore is when I really started to connect with the fact that I am, an Indian. In a sense, I was almost whitewashed in the US because all I learned there was about their culture, especially in the 2004s, 8s, 10s. There were very less anything Indian in the US. There was one Indian restaurant, there was one Indian kid in my class, and there was one temple that we used to go to. And after coming to India is when I really started to connect with all of these things that make me Indian. I started going to Bharatanatyam classes. I learned Carnatic music. I go to functions, spend time with my family, my relatives, my extended family who are here, and listen to their experiences, how they live here. And I visit my hometown like 3 times. Not my hometown, my native, like 3 times a year. I see the culture there with my mom and dad's sides. And I listen to the experiences of my friends in the US, who are my Indian friends in the US. A lot of them don't know how to speak their mother tongue. They can't communicate with their grandparents or their extended family. And it makes me very grateful to have had that experience in both countries in a way that, even though I live there, I can still connect with my family who is here now and my culture that is here now. And since being in school, I don't know if you believe it or not, but I have always wanted to settle down in India if I ever, have a family and kids, because I want them to experience the beauty in the culture that, Bangalore or anywhere in India brings to you. Right? You can't get that anywhere else. You can't get that connection anywhere else. So yeah, that is how Bangalore has shaped my future.
Our next topic, I think we'll give it to the guests. What is your favorite Bangalore memory so far? What is your favorite Bangalore memory so far? This goes to our guest Shreyas.
Best memories of Bangalore is last year PPG boys went to movie New Year time. That was one of the best memory. And last year my family, I didn't go to my hometown for a son. My family came here to see me, so I took my father and mother to Latha and I visit their places there, and it's the best memory. And I think the birthdays and the celebration that we do with PG boys, that is the best experience I had.
The last topic for today. What does the journey of Bangalore's growth remind you about your own journey? What does the journey of Bangalore's growth remind you about your own journey? This goes to our guest Vaishnavi.
Timer, please give me 10 seconds. Alright, I see most of you are from Bangalore. Yes or no? Can you have a raise of hand, please? Yes. So you'd all connect with me. Good evening, my dear fellow Toastmaster guests and everyone present in the room. And this is Vaishnavi. So to me, the growth in Bangalore was very slow. When I was born and raised here, it was very slow moving, right? Bangalore was less in traffic, more greener and more of garden. So many cultural events happening here and there, and life was very peaceful, like most of you said. You could relish each of your moment in Bangalore. As I started growing up, I saw development happening in Bangalore as well. A lot of metros coming in, a lot of flyovers coming in, a lot of vehicles coming in. And that's how suddenly I was in college and suddenly I came to be working professional, and today I am here as an Agile Program Manager with Publicist Second. So these two became hand in hand. Initially, I felt it was very slow and everything seemed perfect, and now it is more of a hustle and a bustle, and it's just very fast moving in a blink of eyes. Thank you so much for this opportunity.
That's it from my end. I love the responses, loved hearing what you all have to say about Bangalore and what it means to you. So thank you so much, and I invite back to our MC.
Thank you, Toastmaster Madhusudhan, for that engaging table topic session. Now it's time for a 10-minute networking break. Welcome back, fellow Toastmasters and guests. Did you all enjoy your snacks?
Yes.
Growth doesn't happen when we start preparing that everything is perfect, everything is flawless. It happens when we accept that there is room for improvement. And the next session, which is the general evaluation session, plays this vital role, helping us in shaping us to become a better speaker. The general evaluator for the day is a HR manager at Infocon. She has a diploma in counseling from Banjara University. She is a passionate about storytelling. She is a voracious book reader. She is someone who doesn't miss a single opportunity to learn or grow. Please welcome, with a huge round of applause, our general evaluator for the day, Toastmaster Jyothi.
Thank you, Toastmaster Apoorva, for that wonderful introduction. It's the fortitude that each one of us have that makes us come here again and again to become a good speaker. And end of the session, we tell ourselves, it's okay, we were not okay today. Tomorrow we will do it better. And that continuous thing that we tell ourselves, it's okay. It was not good today, but we will do it better next time, makes us keep coming here again and again for months and years till we say, it's okay, I am okay. But there are days when it's okay, when things are not okay. And with that, as a general evaluator, my role is to give a feedback on what went good and what can be done better to make the meeting good. We started our meeting today at 6:20, which is wonderful, and this really needs a thunderous round of applause. Not much in the business announcement, and Sergeant at Arms, Toastmaster Rachana started the meeting. I must say, Toastmaster Rachana has a very unique way, unique insight and unique topics to bring it with our theme. Like today also she spoke about the mental health, which is the need of the hour. One thing that Toastmaster Rachana can work is bring a bit more of energy, and as a sergeant at arms, one has the opportunity to come behind the lectern every week, and one can, like, you can make, you can try different ways of bringing, delivering your 2-minute speech. Like you can bring voice modulation, a bit of dramatizing your speech, because your content is very good. What happens is, because of the low energy and the straight way, the impact at times reduces. But with your vocabulary and your varied insight on the theme, you can really excel with a bit more of energy. With that, a big round of applause to Toastmaster Rachana. And then we had Toastmaster Shreya read out the minutes of meeting, acting secretary for Toastmaster Shreya.
Yeah, Shreya.
So I must say, back to back 2 minutes of meeting she delivered today, and like the clear voice, which was loud and filled with energy from the first word to the last word of the 2 minutes of meeting. A big round of applause to Toastmaster Shreya. And before we start the evaluation, the ballots are out. You can give your vote for the best speaker. And I now call upon the first evaluator for the first speaker, Toastmaster Midhun's speech. Evaluator is Toastmaster Deepa.
Good evening, fellow Toastmasters. And yes, and good evening, good evening to my target speaker, Dr. Midhun. First of all, congratulations for completing your ice-breaking session. And today you showed a great fortitude by giving first speech. Okay, before anything, I have to remember that you are a karate black belt. I remember this and I'll give my evaluation. So I have divided your evaluation into 3 parts. One is where you excelled at, where you may want to work on, and to challenge for yourself. Okay, let me start with what you excelled at. First thing, you have completed the purpose of the project. That is, you shared about your childhood, upbringing, and the current working. I mean, this is the best way to introduce about yourself to the club. So that is first thing is completed. And the second thing was your speech was very engaging. Initially, you started with about electronic voting machine. I was wondering what you're going to talk about. I mean, we told about yourself, and you're talking about electronic machine. Where is this happening? And then you connected with the, which year you born. So that was truly good, and it was very engaging, humorous, and you connected at the initial stage. That went well, and your eye contact were very good because you were looking at all the audience who were sitting in, and I could relate to your story well because when you said Malayalam to English, and I was also kind of Kannada medium to English medium, so complete speech were truly connected. I mean, for me it was connected completely. And I have only one thing where challenge yourself or you may work on. Probably you could use the stage little bit because you were got stuck to the lectern here. So maybe little usage could have improved the way you would have delivered the speech. Overall, wonderful doctor, genuinely want to help people. So that is one thing I got connected. I mean, from his heart, he want to help people. And wonderful speech overall, and engaging speech, and look forward for more speeches. Thank you so much. Back to
Thank you, Toastmaster Deepa, for that wonderful evaluation. Your evaluation was to the point, what is expected, particularly for ice-break speech. You gave in all the positive aspects of the speaker, like the way he made the impact, the content, and also like you acknowledged he's a black belt and so we need to be careful. And also I liked it. This speaks about the evaluators' involvement in the speaker when she said that from the heart it came that he wants to really help people with pain. So those things I could see that you really listened to him and you gave him like one of the challenges that he can work upon. And all in all, I'm sure Toastmaster Midhun had a lot to take from your evaluation as how much he has done on his first speech, how much more he can walk forward in coming days. So a big round of applause to the speaker and the evaluator. And I said, how well, that word didn't come, so how well he has done. And now I have Toastmaster Ujwal, the evaluator for speaker Toastmaster Aadishwar. Toastmaster Ujwal.
Namaste fellow Toastmasters, fabulous friends and familiar faces. Here's my evaluation. To start off, Toastmaster Aadishwar, you have picked up the perfect script for the context of voice modulation. There were multiple places where you had opportunities to use voice modulation, and I believe at certain places you have used voice modulation to a good extent, especially in the conversation between Lakshmana and Ravana. And I believe in your speech, the beginning, the most important sentence where you opened the hook was correct. It helped us captivated to see what you were going to speak of. Here are a few things that I would like to give as a suggestion that might help you take your speech to the next level. Starting off, pauses and pace. A very important part of vocal variety, especially in conveying emotions, is to have pauses. When you said there was blood and broken arrows, a pause there intensifies the situation, conveying emotions much more effectively, which is one point of voice modulation. The second point that I would like to highlight is there were a lot more opportunities for voice modulation in your speech. For example, when you were speaking or depicting the role of Rama, the voice could have been calm, composed and dignified. To give you an example, Lakshmana, go to Ravana, learn the wisdom that you can from him. Speaking from the point of view of Lakshmana, your voice would have been assertive, urgent and intense. But brother, Ravana is our enemy. He kidnapped Sita. The vocal variety there that you could have brought out was immense. Coming to Ravana, in this context, he was pained, yet he was a pride person. And his voice could have been depicted, Lakshmana, you finally come. Here, listen to what I have to show you. These three aspects of voice modulation could have been incorporated into your speech to make the vocal variety stand out much better, helping you convey your emotions much better. And the last point being your pace, which was too fast. Two things that could help you is either use the 1 minute that you still had remaining, your speech having been 6 minutes 35 seconds, or cut down on the content, which I would recommend. Cut down on the content so you have places to reduce the speed and implement pauses. To summarize on this speech, Toastmaster Aadishwar, I say you had a great script with lots of opportunities for voice modulation. You had certain places of good vocal variety, especially in the conversation between Lakshmana and Ravana. You had a great one. Suggestions for you to work upon, if possible, would be a lot more focus on voice modulation, especially when depicting characters, pauses, and your pace. With that, I wish you all the best for your future speeches, and back to Arjun.
Thank you, Toastmaster Ujwal, for that detailed and wonderful feedback given to Toastmaster Aadishwar. I liked the entire evaluation where you spoke about what all good he has done and where he could challenge himself. You also showed him how he could do it and you summarized it. I do not have any other feedback to give you except to say that a thunderous round of applause for both the speaker and the evaluator. we now have the table topic master, Toastmaster Madhusudhan. He really flexed his wings. I must say, amazing table topic session by Toastmaster Madhusudhan. The reason being, whenever he brings a theme, it comes with this conviction, with his knowledge of the theme and for the theme, which makes it more energetic, more compelling for the speakers to talk. A very wonderful flow of table topic session. One suggestion for Toastmaster Madhusudhan or whoever takes up the table topic session role, the topics can be smaller, like for example, what would you expect Bangalore to give you a letter about what? It could be simple, a letter from Bangalore to yourself. Like there were many topics which was very elaborated, like you were telling, if this happens, what, this is what you will think and what will you say. So make it like small, you could say your views on old Bangalore, describe the soul of Bangalore, a place you connect in Bangalore. So these things will be like just once you say, but otherwise you had to tell it twice, thrice, and for us to comprehend, it was like getting scattered. But apart from that, the topic was very, very engaging. I really felt that I should not have been the general evaluator. I would have got a topic. I had so much to say. And believe me, with this, there were so many questions and answers running in my thought. Where am I? What am I thinking? It made a lot of difference in my perception of seeing the city where I live. So a wonderful table topic session by Toastmaster Madhusudhan. A big round of applause. And now let's have the TAPG role takers come and give the report. Let's start with the timer, BTN U Bhat.
Madam General Evaluator, fellow Toastmasters and welcome guests. We did surprisingly very well in the Department of Time. That's what I might take. So far, yes. So the business session took only 1 minute. And welcome by Sergeant at Arms took 2 minutes, 1 second. President speech and address was 6 minutes 30 seconds. Allowed 5, okay, that's acceptable. Introduction Toastmasters evening 45 seconds he took. Once he spoke more, he made up that. Report of the previous meeting, Toastmasters Shreya took 3 minutes 4 seconds against 2 minutes, but there are 2 minutes to be read, so it is definitely acceptable. Coming to the table topic session, it took 24 minutes, they allowed 20 minutes, and the individual speakers were taken, who have written that, and only I given benefit of doubt to myself 2 minutes 30 seconds. I don't know whether. So, because I have not timed. So, that's one thing. And coming to prepared speeches, Toastmaster Dr. Midhun took 6 minutes 20 seconds, around 5 to 7 minutes, perfectly alright. Toastmaster Deepa, the evaluator, took 2 minutes 30 seconds, well in that time. Toastmaster Aadishwar took 6 minutes 35 seconds, again in timing. Ujwal, Toastmaster Ujwal took 3 minutes 21 seconds, again acceptable, well, wonderful. And as far as the Master of Ceremony is concerned, Soma, so far she has taken 7, 8, 10, 11, about 12 minutes, 13 minutes apart from the our speeches. Your own timing, 13 minutes have time due, and general evaluator so far has taken about 3, 4 to 7 minutes or so, other than our evaluations. But overall, I feel I'm quite satisfied the way we are going as far as the timing, keeping of time is concerned. Let's congratulate ourselves. With that, back to you.
Thank you, DTN U Bhat, for that in detailed report of what time was taken and what time was allotted, and much to learn from DTM MU. But like he takes role which tells your title or your tenure at Toastmaster does not matter for one to take up any role. He is always ready to take up whatever role is given to him. And I must say, the meticulous form of observing the time and making a note of it has really is very inspiring. A big round of applause to Deepa. We have Toastmaster Shreya at the R counter.
Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and dear guests. Here is the R counters report for today. Sergeant at Arms Toastmaster Rachana and President Toastmaster Latha flawless. Toastmaster of the day Toastmaster Apoorva. 3 hours and the crutch word was and. DTM MU Bhat flawless. Toastmaster Shreya as the R counter. I'm not sure. Toastmaster Shuba flawless. Toastmaster Jyothi P Evaluator flawless. Speaker 1 Toastmaster Midhun. Crutch word was so and you had 5 hours. Evaluator Toastmaster Deepa. Crutch word was and you had 3 hours. Toastmaster Aadishwar, the second speaker, flawless. Toastmaster Ujwal is evaluator, also flawless. Coming to table topics, Toastmaster Madhu flawless. Toastmaster Darshan flawless. Toastmaster Jyothi, crutch word was and. DTM MU Bhat flawless. Toastmaster Rachana, crutch words were you know and you had 5 hours. DTM K Prabhakara flawless. Toastmaster Shuba 5 hours. Toastmaster Shreya, I'm very sure that I had a lot of crutch words and a lot of hours. I could hear them while I was speaking. Guest Shreyas and guest Vaishnavi flawless. And general evaluator Toastmaster Jyothi, so far you have 3 hours and 1 hour. Thank you and back to the general evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Shreya, for that focused and listening to everyone's ahs and ums would have taken a lot of your brain capacity. So a big round of applause to Toastmaster Shreya. And I call upon Toastmaster Jyothi P to give the PPE evaluator.
Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and guests. So, as a PPE, I would like to give my general evaluation. First of all, thank you for this opportunity. Overall, I think the session went well. It went quite smooth. There were no phone rings during the session, and no speakers spoke on religion and politics. And the entry and exit was only during the applause, and there was no cross talk during the speeches. So, thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Jyothi, for the evaluation. This being your debut role taking. There was no pause, no hesitation, and very clear. So that requires a big round of applause to Toastmaster Jyothi. And now we have Toastmaster Shuba as the grammarian.
A very good evening once again, fellow Toastmasters and guests. I think today we had a fabulous meeting with lots of deep lessons to take back and motivate us in life in general. So I'll start with some of the really nice phrases that I noted down and move on to the deeper and longer quotes from ethics and icebreaker from the icebreaker speech. Here are the really nice phrases: new normal, invisible struggles, stiff steps, verge of dying, flex my wings. And coming to the quotes, where I start does not decide where I go. No matter where you begin, you can end up where you expect it to be. Education is not about who teaches you, but only if you are willing to learn. To approach knowledge, you go with humility. Whenever you feel like doing something right, don't delay it. And a lot of quotes about on wisdom and controlling your ego. Coming to the not so good usages, it's okay not to be okay, but acknowledging it is the stepping stone to learning. So here are some not so good usages. Shooked, he was shooked or he was shook is a little Gen Z slang, so maybe he was shocked can be a better alternative. Said me too can be told me too. And in blink of eyes can be in a blink of an eye. And the word of the week was used by Toastmaster Jyothi Rao and Toastmaster Deepa. Am I missing anyone else? And Toastmaster Rachana, sorry about that. And that's it for my report. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Shuba, for making a note of all those good usages, the phrases, and not so good usages. A big round of applause to Toastmaster Shuba. And now we have this special person, Toastmaster Apoorva, as the master of ceremony today. Toastmaster Apoorva, you started the meeting with high energy, with a question, with a statement. It was all combined and very well done. You also had a wonderful story about it's okay, how not to be okay. And I like what you said. To overcome struggle, it's the strength that is required. A suggestion for you to overcome, to take your speech to the next level is, your confidence is there, but many a times when you are speaking, you are not looking at the audience. It shows that you are thinking about what to say next. The more you look into the eyes of the audience, as week by week, the thoughts will come to you, the lines will come to you, and your confidence will increase. Many of us, what we do is, while we are thinking, we are absent to look into the eyes of the audience, and that takes a longer time for us to make our thoughts vocal. So maybe that in that area, if you work, I'm sure you can take it to the new heights. Also, maybe bring in a bit of emotions, like what you brought when you told the story of your son. Then it was there, but in the beginning it was like a straight. But overall, your confidence and your content was wonderful, which needs a big round. And also you introduced all the speakers and the role takers with high energy and to the point. So a big round of applause to Toastmaster Apoorva. And with that, I give back the charge to Toastmaster Apoorva, Master of the Ceremony.
Thank you, Toastmaster Jyothi, for that wonderful general evaluation. Fellow Toastmasters, it's okay if you're imperfect. It's okay if you're still figuring it out. It's okay if you're struggling. It's okay not to be okay. What is important is the progress that is happening. On that note, I would like to hand over the charge to Madam President.
I would request everyone to finish with their voting, the ballot.
And go out, it's not getting submitted. Have you received it? Have you received everyone's
Yes, you will. You just think, I think you're not logged into your email ID.
No, even I have a problem with the net. Internet connection.
Okay. If it's Airtel, then yes, that's a problem.
Yes.
I think trying 4G on Airtel too.
Indigo problem.
That was a big problem. Okay, so everyone done? Now, a request I would like to make to all Meconians. The strength is going down with every meeting. I only see the role takers coming in. So I request all the Meconians, I know Monday evening a little difficult from the office. Please try making it as much as you can because this is a learning experience which will take you more further in your communication leadership. So I request all Meconians to please block your calendars every Monday evening from 6:15 to 8:15 p.m. and try making it up. Not only the role takers, you can come as an audience also and have the learning experience. Okay, now moving to responses what we've got. My Airtel also is getting really fat. In the meantime, just note down, you're not able to get the responses.
I'm not able to access it. Then I have the same problem.
Okay, so for the TAPG role takers, we have a tie today. The winners are Toastmaster Shuba and Distinguished Toastmaster and U Bhat. Best Evaluator, Toastmaster Ujwal. Sometimes these pie charts and graphs really confuse. Why can't they just be one sentence and percentage over then finish it up? And on that Airtel. Okay, so our best table topic speaker goes to Distinguished Toastmaster K Prabhakara. The best MTT role taker goes to the Secretary, Toastmaster Madhu. And the most awaited one. The best speaker. Both the speakers are feeling very nervous. Toastmaster Aadishwar. Congratulations to all the winners. I hereby close the meeting number 1, 3, 4, 5. Let's rise for the national anthem.